Doesn't that sound incredible? So welcome to Lot 76 Cars. My name's Simon. Today we are at Meguiars in Daventry. I say we, that's Joseph, Lloyd and myself. We're going to give you an update on our Audi V8 that we bought back in February, on Valentine's Day to be precise. The mechanical updates we'll bring you up to date with, and more importantly, join us for a day in the bay with Meguiars, where we're really going to get to grips with that faded and scratched paintwork. So without further ado, here we go. So welcome to Lot 76 Cars and
Lloyd Vehicle Consulting.
And we're here in the Audi V8. You all thought we'd forgotten about this car. We haven't. Joseph, tell us what this car has been doing since we bought it in February.
So I took it to a local show a couple of days later near Southampton. That's the first show it's been to. Nobody had a clue what it was, of course, because nobody does. But there were a couple of people who sort of were interested in it. After that, though, I planned to take it up to Mr. Coleman's, which we did. I ran it around a little bit. My mysterious benefactor came to see it. He sort of enjoyed it. You know, people tend to enjoy it when they actually see it. And then it went up on the 28th of February to see Mr. Coleman. Mr. Coleman has been quite busy with other stuff, but mainly he's been busy because he's been waiting for parts for this car.
Indeed, and parts are not that easy to get. So I'll cut in some footage here of the parts that we've got, but the front indicators have come from Spain.
Portugal.
Portugal, to be correct, that's right, Portugal, thank you. The rear lights came from Lithuania. The bulb holders came from Spain, and I think assorted other parts. Oh, I managed to get the BBS centre cap. I'm on my second one of those, but it does look okay. That I did actually come from the UK, surprisingly. And the bulbs, the green bulbs, which were actually in the UK and came from the UK, took 3 goes to actually get them. But we've got them, and we've got a year's supply of green bulbs. For anybody that may want them, please contact me. Apart from that, the big mechanical work is obviously what Mr. C undertook, and we've got a huge list, haven't we?
Yeah, just to say about the green bulbs, because the rear lights on this car are now US spec ones, because those are the only ones you can get, you have to have green bulbs in order to make them flash orange. You can't have red flashing indicators on a car. So we've had to get green bulbs, and they're not technically illegal, it's just most places don't stock them. So you have to buy them online, and we bought 3 different sets. Indeed.
It took 3 goes to get. We got the right bulbs, but it just took 3 goes to actually get them delivered. But we're all sorted that now. Now. The car has got to 12 months MOT, a clean advisory-free MOT, thankfully. But the level of mechanical work that's gone into this car by James Coleman is something else. I'm going to let Joseph talk you through this very comprehensive list.
It's utterly ridiculous the amount of work Mr. Coleman's done, and there's still, to be honest, on this car an awful lot more that someone could do. But because Simon's from Yorkshire and my father was from Yorkshire, we agree on Yorkshire budgeting. Yorkshire budgeting means you don't spend money where you don't have to spend money, which on an Audi V8 is not necessarily the best approach. So there are quite a number of things that the next owner will have to do to this car. We never intended for it to be a sort of concours finished car. We never intended that. We had managed to keep a little bit. And Mr. Coleman has done a lot of work for us. So it's done the cam belt. Now the cam belt on an Audi V8 is a 19-hour job. 19 hours on one of these cars. And he has done it, which is probably the biggest job on this car that you could do. Done the water pump, it could be stupid not to do that. Done all the spark plugs, there's obviously 8 in this car. The thermostat has been changed. Now temperature gauge doesn't work very well, but it works a bit better than it did. So this car is not overheating, which is good. The rear lights have been changed. He's fixed the wiring. The wiring in this car is incredibly complicated. It's ridiculously complicated in this car. I don't know why, but it is. So we've got the new rear lights. He's actually also fixed part of the centre panel on the rear lamps, because you have to buy a whole new centre panel, which is very expensive. So
and difficult to find.
Yeah, you can't fit an Audi 200 rear panel to this car because they're not the same.
No, as we've discovered.
No, you can't. There's lots of unique V8 parts, so that's a bit of a problem. Then he's done the front indicators. We had to change the front indicators to aftermarket ones because you cannot get original spec indicators at all.
No, Audi, as I inquired about a lot of parts, Audi stopped supporting these cars anywhere between 2006 and 2008. So there is virtually no availability of parts from Audi. So Audi Heritage, compared to BMW and Mercedes, they're not supporting their old cars as well, it would seem, from this one.
Yeah, so they're not. So there's a chap who's in Portugal who's very keen on Audi V8s, and he has just a business supplying these to the cars that still exist. There's a 3.6 model in this country. It's a 91. That also has these aftermarket front indicators. Unfortunately, what happened is the sister original owner of this car, she had it on a drive for a number of years, and her housemate backed into it at some point and smashed one of the indicator lenses, which somehow they glued together and got it through an MOT, but it was so brittle and fragile that we had to get it changed. Obviously, you got to have one that's orange and one that's smoked. You have to prepare, and actually, it's really difficult to change the bulbs in them as well for some reason. I don't know why, but it's had new bulb holders as well, and the wiring has been fixed as much as it can be. Brake fluid's been done. Brakes are actually pretty good in the car now. They are very, very unusual brakes on this car. They're known as the UFO brakes. I think they're unique to an Audi V8, which is a phrase that you will hear a lot in this series of videos.
Indeed.
So they're okay. Mr. Coleman's checked them. He had to change all the coolant in the car, which means the aircon doesn't actually work anymore, but that's the least of the car's problems, really.
Indeed.
So that's fine. So he's looked at the gauge cluster. Obviously, the fuel gauge doesn't work, which is annoying, but there we go. We think it visits a sort of wiring fault somewhere. So he also has cut and welded a new section of pipe into the exhaust. The exhaust, you can't get exhaust for this car. You just can't get them. You have to get them made. So he's fixed it for us, which is good. That's going to be all right for a while. And he's real sealed the light panel, the centre light panels. The two outer lights have been changed on the rear, which is with the US spec ones, which came from Lithuania.
Indeed.
Of all places. So that's okay. The boot was leaking a lot of water, and it was coming in on the lights we had to change, and also on the centre panel that's been sealed up, so it's not happening anymore. Got a new screen washer pump. This car has 2 screen wash reservoirs.
Why?
It's got 2. I don't know. I think what it is
put that in the comments if you know that, because we're stumped. There's no rear wash wipe. Obviously, it's a sedan.
Yeah.
So why it's got 2, who knows? I
think the reason why it's got 2 is because if it's very cold and you're on the autobahn in winter, you want neat screen wash. Yeah. And actually, the other one is for diluted screen wash, but only the smaller reservoir now works because the other one has got a hole in it. So we're using the other one, which means there's a separate button just for that. You can actually use both at once if you want to. It's very, very strange. The first time we laid eyes on this car, we opened the rear window this side here, and it didn't work properly. And then we couldn't get it to go back up. So Mr. Coleman's kindly wedged it up, and we're just going.
It's in the fixed position. We'll have to look. The next owner will have to look at a long-term fix for that.
Just going to have to leave it alone, because normally you don't use that window anyway. Unless you've got people in the back, you don't use it. So the rest of the windows are fine. And we're not touching this sunroof because, well,
I did when we went to look at it.
Yeah,
and Joseph was horrified.
Yeah, we hadn't paid for the car, so it was fine.
Apparently, we're not going to do that again now.
Now we own it. We're not touching it.
Exactly. At that point, it was different. So, is there anything else on that list? Or I mean,
that's a lot.
That's a lot of work. So, thanks. Shout out to James Coleman. Subscribe to his channel, The Rubbish Mechanic. He's got some great content on there.
He has, yeah.
But today, we're going to do something else to the car. So the one weak point, I mean, this V8 runs, it sounds glorious. The interior doesn't look quite
pretty good, actually.
quite bad, actually.
Apart from the headlining.
Yeah,
here,
we need to do a bit of cleaning inside.
Yeah,
that'll be my job.
Yeah. But we've worked out, actually, the chap who owned this car from 1993 to 2022 is how long he owned it. So most of the time, that's why the car's only done 73,000 miles. He was a pipe smoker, and that's why the headlining is that colour.
So we're here today, and we're here at Meguiars UK in Daventry, and we're going to polish the life out of this car because we haven't quite worked out exactly what the colour is. I've got the original brochure in my car. Yeah, I'm not quite sure actually. Yeah. We'll have a look at that, and I'll cut in some shots of that because there are a few colours that are very close. But what we're going to do today, I'll show you around the car as it is now on the outside. Hopefully the camera will pick up what condition the paint's in. We can only improve it. It looks like we can bring it back to life, but Meguiars are going to help us. So stick along with the video and let's see what we can show you. Thanks very much. Thanks, Joseph. Well, that V8 sounds nice, doesn't it? Never mind the paintwork. Don't look at the paintwork. There's nothing to see. We're going to sort that out. So Joseph's going to put that car in the Meguiars bay, and we're going to give it the mother of all polishes. Well, as one of my subscribers said, you're never late in a V8, and hopefully we'll find that out on the way home. Well, the lights at the back work, which is something they didn't before, which Joseph referred to. And we're into the Meguiars bay now. And we're going in. Oh, we're going in front ways. Okay. Now, all those paint imperfections, please don't look too hard at those. We're going to sort them out. From a distance, it looks fine. So thanks again to the guys from Meguiars for giving us this opportunity today. So let's go for it. So we're looking at the car under the lights now, and as you can see, it's not pretty, is it? It's not pretty at all. I am getting a bit concerned. Can we really turn this around? I don't know. What do you think, guys? Yeah, we can get those off on the side, but the bonnet's not too good either. And this bay is showing all the imperfections on the roof, or particularly on the flat surfaces. On the sides, not so much as you expect. A few ex-bird droppings on there, I think. Wow. Let's go, guys. We're going to get into it now with a bit of clay barring, I suspect.
China clay is high pressure blasted into a pulp and blended with synthetics. Clay's not abrasive, but what it does is it erodes. So it's a reset for the paintwork. So anything that we can feel above the surface, whether that be tree sap or any minor imperfections, what it's doing is taking all of that off into itself. So then we can then move on to the machine polishing step.
So Tom, tell it, is there a limit to the amount of times you can clay a car? Is it something that's part of your regular wash routine every year, or?
Because it's not abrasive, you can clay a car as many times as you want.
Okay.
But the reality is obviously there's a shelf life to clay, so depending on how much contaminants it picks up. And also remember, it's taking any wax or protection off. So every time you do clay, you need to put protection on.
Okay, you're going back to base then?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, thanks.
So we've done a demonstration area. We've now got the machine polisher. We'll just wind it down to the slowest speed. Okay. And what we'll do is we'll stamp out the area. Shall I show again and then give you the choice?
Yeah, no, I'm happy to have a bash with that. Yeah,
yep.
Put that over the shoulder. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'd work on this bit here.
And literally just stamp
yourself form up. Yeah. That's it. Perfect.
And that's it.
So we're on the lowest speed already.
Yeah.
You'll see here with your thumb, there's a button. So pull the trigger up with your fingers.
And this
you can lock it. So you can now let go with your fingers.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So push that in. Hang on. Push that on.
And it should lock it. You let go?
No, it doesn't.
So pull your fingers up. Push your thumb in. Keep your thumb held. Let go of your fingers.
Okay.
Now you can let go of your thumb.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
So now with this bit, what you're doing is you're quickly applying it. Because we're just working on the area, we're just stamping out the area that we want to work on.
Yeah.
So that's now the area visually that we're going to work on. So then, with your thumb, you can just roll this up to, let's have a little look there. So you see here, just above 4.
Okay.
And then what you want to look, this is the speed that you want to pass at.
Okay.
You've got 2 things to keep your eye on. The white mark.
Yeah.
This hand here is your axis. So if you were to be pushing down, you see the rotation stop. So this gives you an ability to, it's your axis.
Yeah.
And then overlap by 50%.
Yeah.
Slow right down.
Slow it down?
No, your arm movement.
Oh, sorry.
The faster the machine's going, the slower you want your arm to go.
Okay.
So then come back down. Perfect.
So we've actually had a bash at doing the bonnet, and we made the bonnet look an awful lot better. Next is for me to have a bash at the wheel arch. Now these are unique to the V8, the shape of it. They're a bit more complex to polish, but with the help of the guys at Meguiars and a bit of guidance, then hopefully I'm on the right track with a bit of luck. Let's see how it goes, shall we? So first of all, probably put too much product on there, and let's see how it goes. I think the wings will come up okay with a bit of luck. You'll be the judge of that, I'm sure. Good Lord.
Oh my gosh. Faded paint, aren't we?
Yeah.
It's all going.
Cutting off all the oxidised stuff and the stains and whatever's the lines are that are running down the side.
This is
That is amazing.
going to look.
So let's see if we made any noticeable difference, shall we? Oh, that is coming up really nicely. I did a couple of passes this time, and maybe I'll do one more, but we're starting to see what the real colour of this car is. We've got half a chance of recognising what the colour is. So we've got probably about 3/4 of the way through the car. I'm working on the back panel now. We've still got the roof to do, which is going to be a challenge. So far, I'll show you this now. It's actually coming up pretty well. So just have a quick look at that, see what you think. Apologies about the camera angles. Hopefully you can see that. Be honest, what do you think? Bit more to do then. So this is the professionals doing the roof, because as you can see, it needs an awful lot of work there. So if you want to take a look and see what the rest of the car's looking like, Joseph's busy on the under bumper area, the sort of valance area of the car. Already the paint's starting to come together. Look at the shine on this. I'm astounded by what difference you can actually make on a car. Meguiars have put some of the new product on called their heavy duty trim restoration kit, and they're trying that recently introduced product out. So far so good. Well, it cannot fail to be better than the car we brought in here earlier on this morning, can it? So let the work continue. So we're putting the glass cleaner on now. We're getting to the final stages. The wax has got to come off. We'll just, while the wax is curing, maybe needs 20 minutes or something to cure, we're going to do the windows. So shout out to Meguiars for helping us be able to do this and have a day in the Meguiars Bay under the supervision. Joseph and myself have polished the life out of this car, including with the team. It's not perfect, but I think you'll agree it's a massive improvement, isn't it? So guys, this is it. This is the finished article outside at Meguiars. We have never seen this car so shiny. It's had a full day in their detailing bay. I've learned a lot about detailing. We've worked out that the paint is actually cyclamen pearl effect, because we've got the brochure with us, so we've had a quick look, and I might even cut that in. And in actual fact, now the paint's been cleaned and details, we can actually see that. So really shines, doesn't it? Those BBS wheels, they might be small, but they do look brilliant, don't they? It's got the rear lights on that we mentioned earlier, the rear lights that came all the way from Lithuania. Yeah, I think we should be very happy. A few finishing touches. I've got the badge to put on the back. We've got a little bit more work to do, but it's going to its first proper show on Sunday at the Chiltern Hills Rally, so watch out for it there. So many thanks to Meguiars UK and to Joseph from Lloyd Vehicle Consulting for helping us turn around this V8 and get it back to its former glory. Hope you've enjoyed the videos. Please like, share and subscribe. Check out the videos on the car on Joseph's channel, and hope to see you at a show with this car very soon. Thanks for watching. So if you're seriously interested in buying this very rare Audi V8 for yourself, please contact either Joseph, Lloyd or myself at our email addresses listed in the description. See you later.